from 3 on 2FM.
Well, one of our favourite Hollywood stars, J.Dornan, is actually from just up the road in Belfast, and Jamie has teamed up with Guinness to create a series of fun videos to launch a brand new 2-part pouring device, Nitrosurge, and he joins us now. He's a busy man today. Jamie, how are you?
I'm grand, yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's my first time talking to you, and I get to talk to you about one of my favourite things, Guinness. It doesn't get any better than that. But before we get into that, I also want to congratulate you on the new movie Belfast. I know it's not out here just yet, but it is getting amazing reviews. It's going to be out in January, I believe. Tell us a little bit about this, and your voice as well, and might I add, is incredible.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, listen, it's for me, obviously being from Belfast, to be in a movie called Belfast with the personnel that I'm in that movie with Ken Branagh directing it, Judi Dench, Kieran Hines, Katrina Balfe. It's just been, it was one of those very nicely packaged gifts that came my way, and you know, just had an unbelievable, you know, for me, it's all about having a brilliant time making the thing, you know, with the day to day, you know, actually the experience of making them, and how it's received beyond that is kind of out of your control. And sometimes people love it and sometimes people don't. And sometimes it's in the middle. And then sometimes you get really lucky like this where, you know, it's just been phenomenal, the response, and we're just enjoying the ride basically. And long may it continue.
And were you nervous, or are you really? Your main thing, I think, that you said was the critics are loving it, people are raving about it, but the most important thing to you was that the people of Belfast love it.
That was massive to us, Jenny. Yeah, like, you know, that you know, of course it's not purely for them, but a big part of it is, you know, and want to represent people from home in a different way than they have been before, and show the conflict in the north through the eyes of a 9-year-old boy. It's a different lens than it's ever been shown before, and see how it affected normal, hard-working people and families who didn't ask for it, you know, rather than always seeing it through a very politicized sectarian lens. I think it's important to show how it affected normal people, and I think that's part of the reason that it's resonated so well with people. And yeah, listen, thankfully on the 4th of November there, we had a screening the first night at the Belfast Film Festival, and it was one of our best my life. It was truly unbelievable.
I know you actually sang at one of the premieres. I don't know if it was that one or not, but we do actually have, just for anyone who hasn't seen it just yet, we have a little clip of you singing now. Don't worry, it's the actual one from the movie. We didn't go for the impromptu one. Let's have a little quick listen to Jamie Dornan singing in Belfast. Now, I have to be honest, had you not sung live impromptu, I would have thought that was someone else singing.
Well, I have to say, it is, in the movie itself, it is me and the original vocal melded together. So I'm not going to take all the credit. I can't take credit away from Love Affair for the actual original recording. And actually, what was lovely about it was we recorded my vocal after, like, so in post-production. So on the day, I didn't have to sing live. I just had to lip sync, and then we recorded my vocal and then melded the two together for the actual film. So yeah.
Well, you have a pretty good voice, because I know you do a great Kermit the Frog as well. I probably do Kermit the Frog better than my actual singing voice, but yeah, that's one of those things you do and then go, why the hell did I post that? But sure. Listen, it's good to see. Do you sing at home much? Is that kind of your thing?
I sing a lot at home, yeah. Yeah, I do. Probably too much if you ask people who live with me.
They mightn't say that. But the great thing is certainly you're one of the few actors, I think, who will never, ever be typecast. When you look at the range of work and shows and movies that you've done, and one that really kind of caught me by surprise, but it was right in the height of lockdown, and it was kind of the light relief we all needed. And it's not the one you think I'm going to say. It's actually Star and Barb Go to Vista Del Mar.
Yeah, it was. That was like a. That was a dream. I sort of always wanted to do comedy. At one point, it looked like I was going to do a lot more comedy at the beginning of my career, and then ended up sort of, you know, doing The Fall or whatever. And nobody found that funny.
No.
Nor should they have. But I guess so. I was sort of trying to find my way back to it, and that was an absolute trip making that movie. And we luckily again got a great response to that film, and I think it has a real cult love for it, and it's and I get to sing in that. It's a mad song. I sing in that, but I'm lucky like that, I think some of that is forged by my own say and things and having a bit of choice, but I don't want to do the same sort of characters over and over again. That would just bore me. I don't understand. I think the very point of being an actor is to explore a whole variety of characters you get to inhabit. So I'm up for doing that for the rest of my career. Should I be lucky enough to have one?
Well, the other reason, of course, that we are talking to you today and your latest starring role for Guinness, which you posted up on your Instagram as well, is talking about Guinness Nitrosurge. Did it take you long to perfect the pour? It's a good pour, I have to say, that you have.
Yeah, I mean, listen, on the day, there's a lot of people around me to make sure that we get the perfect pour. But I will say that I'd say my first attempt wasn't brilliant. When I did it, when they, Guinness very kindly sent me one at home before we sort of jumped on board with it. And the first one wasn't great. Second one was brilliant. And now that I know the knack for it, I think you probably find out online. Should you choose to get yourself one or get some friends in for Christmas, it's pretty foolproof. It's pretty easy. And what a treat is that to have brilliant pints in the comfort of your home.
I think particularly with lockdown, I spent months trying to get an actual Guinness tap at home and realised it wasn't the easiest thing. And then suddenly I rang everyone I knew and they were like, we can't give you one. I went, please. It was the only thing I missed. I mean, I enjoyed the cans, but I said, I need a draft pint. And the Nitrosurge is just, it's the answer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. Listen, we're not trying to take away anything from pubs. There's nothing that can recreate that. It's a very special thing to be in a bouncy, vibrant, busy pub and having a really poured pint of Guinness with your friends. Like nothing beats that. But if you can have something that replicates it as close as you can possibly do in the comfort of your own home, then I think that's something that a lot of people want too.
It might be dangerous. You never know. But
sure, that's happened.
Oh, it has. It's definitely happened in our house. I know, of course, you did work in a pub at one point. So does that give you a little advantage over the rest of us normal people?
I'm not sure. I would say that most people should work in a pub at some point in their life, given the opportunity. You learn a lot about people. I think the good, the bad, and the ugly. I saw a lot of ugly after staying in the pub I worked at. I didn't respond that well to it, but it's a thing I'm very glad I did. And I went back there actually for the first time in 19 years. I took my wife there a few weeks ago. I was having dinner next door in this quite nice restaurant that I always used to see people come out of and go, Jesus, I wonder how you ever get to go to that restaurant. And anyway, I made it there and had a quick pint in the pub before. And everything was the same except the staff. It was actually really, really freaky. But not a lot of Guinness was ordered in that pub, sadly. It was like a pub in Knightsbridge in London where people didn't really drink enough Guinness. So, but it might give me a slight advantage, I'll say.
Oh, definitely. Well, listen, hopefully next time you're back, we'll get to have an actual Guinness with you in person. And I know we're only 1st of December today, but happy Christmas. I hope we get a nice break over it. And J.Dornan, thank you.
Here we go.